Hey, welcome to Keight Krafts. I'm Keight. Boy, have I got a card for you. Let's get started. So to kick things off, we're going to be cutting out all of the things that we're going to need here. So I'm using some Echo Park. It's Springtime 6x6 double-sided paper pack. And we are taking the stripy side and we're going to cut out on that side, so that I can make sure that my pattern paper is going up and down the way I want it, as you can see here. And then we're going to take the second one and we're going to make sure that we flip that over, and then we are going to cut this out again. So we can make sure that that pattern paper is going to be going in the same direction as the other one, because you don't want to make that mistake twice. So next we are going to take the cutouts that we did for the banner die, and this banner die actually kind of threw me because I wasn't sure where it came from. And I'm thinking, I think I have another one. Is that not Lawn Fawn? And then I started to panic, and then I stopped recording, and I was like, oh my god, where is it from? And then I looked on the Lawn Fawn set, and it's like, oh my god, I'm so slow. That banner die is from the Scalloped Box Pop-Up die. It comes with it, and I don't know why my brain told me otherwise, but here we are. So I take some low-tack tape, and I've popped those back in where I cut them out. That way I have a little bit more finger room to be able to manipulate everything. And we are going to take some Harold's ABCs, and we are going to stamp out Quill, and then we'll stamp out U. So that way we have Quill U, and then we're going to take the little sign from the, I can't think of the name of the stupid stamp set. Anyway, it's the one with the bird and the signs. I'll leave it in the description box below because, quite frankly, I'm feeling a little bit embarrassed right now that my mind has gone. Yes, it's gone far away. So we're going to take some of the hearts from the Porcu-pine for you, and we're going to stamp those in our little sign here. And then we'll move it over to the other side and we'll give it a little bit of a stamp as well. So that way you got two little hearts. And then next, since we've already cut out all of our little pieces that we're going to be gluing on, we are going to put Be Mine in the Harold's ABCs and add some hearts to it. Next up, we are going to use some Ohuhu Oahu, and we are going to color in our cute, adorable little hugging porcupines. And we are going to go from darkest to lightest to blend everything out. Don't worry about writing all these down, as I will have them all in the description box below if you are using Ohuhus. If you are using Copics, I haven't quite the combination yet off the top of my head, but I do know that Inky and Scrappy has put together a comparison chart of the difference between some of the Ohuhus and Copics, and I am looking forward to getting my grubby little paws on those, because I have a set of Ohuhu coming to me, and I will have more colors to play with, because I'm not giving up on my Copics, don't you worry. I just am tired of replacing $10 markers because they are really, really expensive in Canada. And even when you do get them on sale, they're only like $7 a piece, which is still expensive when you have to replace them. And I didn't have to replace all of them, and I know you can refill them, but I've had a manufacturing problem with them or something. I don't know. I don't know what luck of the draw I've gotten, but it's just some of them have dried out, and I've probably had to replace at least 2 fistfuls of markers in the last year that I've had them. Well, I've had them for 2 years, but that's neither here nor there. So I thought I would broaden my alcohol coloring, I guess. Not just the Copics. I don't know what that sound was. I'm apologizing for the sound. Yeah. And I don't know, I've seen quite a few different ones I'd like to try. Like there are the Olo markers. I know those are becoming popular as well, and you know, Ohuhus are pretty reasonably priced for how much they are. They're Spectrum Noir, which I've never tried, but I've seen them. I don't know. I think for right now I'm going to stick with what I have, and what I have right now is probably quite enough for colors for what I need. Anyway, let's assemble our little banner here. We are going to tape everything down, whether or not I needed to. At this point, I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do, if I was going to have it freestanding or if I was going to glue it to the back of the box. I was just kind of trying not to lose my cool. I had already created this card, or something similar to it, and I just did not like the way it turned out. I don't know what I did wrong, but I'd never made a card like this before, and I was a little intimidated by it, needless to say. It was one of those things where it's like, do I make it? Yeah, let's make it. And then it's like, I pull it out. No, I can't do it. I'm not ready to do it just yet. And then I pull it out again. Can I make it? Oh, I'm gonna make it. And then it's like you get down to business. No, I can't. I just can't do it. And I didn't want this particular die to be one of those ones where I just kept putting it back, because there's a couple of interactive dies that I have put back and taken out and put back and taken out and put back, and it's like I just need to put on my big girl pants and I need to just get on with it, because it's not that difficult. You just gotta sit down and do it. Am I right? Do you guys have any interactive dies that you just find absolutely intimidating and you just can't bring yourself to do it because you're just scared? I feel that way about certain things. So we've got this all glued together, and I'm kind of contemplating, do I want to glue it down? You know what? Let's just glue it down. Let's put it down. That way I don't have to reinforce it with anything, and I can get everything where I need it to be. So we are going to glue this stuff down, and then I'll end up bringing in a few other elements to tie that all in. So that's the back of our card. Next, you've seen me do this before. I did this in one of my recreations of my niece's cards, where I took the little straight flower border die by Lawn Fawn and colored it in with some Copics, and then did a few little matching colors for the flowers themselves. So here we've got some Copics in, it looks like YG63 and YG61. I didn't have the exact color in the Ohuhus to go with the green in the background, so that's why we're using the Copics. So I'll do that both on the flower borders that I've cut out here, and then we're going to take some more colors, which off the top of my head I'm not sure which ones those are, and we are going to color and color and color to give ourselves the color cardstock that we need. And you've seen me in the last video put these together that I did these in. If you haven't, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description box below if you would like to see that one, because it was a lot of fun. I ended up recreating some mail that my niece sent me, and I think it turned out really cool, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So now that you can see it all slowly coming together, this die is a lot of fun to do. You can mix and match, you could do it all the same color, you could cut it out in green cardstock, you can cut it out in white cardstock. And as you can see here, I'm just going to line everything up so I can cut it down to size so this will fit. This is going to go on the inside of my box card die, because you could get these little, I don't know what you would call them, ground for putting down your little critters. It's kind of like the pop-up card, how it has a little T and then you can put the little grass and it just kind of sits there. Yeah, that's what these guys are like. Or the, what's the other one? The shadow box die has them too. I don't know what they're called. So we're going to put some glue on this side. I had accidentally glued the other side and then ended up having to put some powder tool on it to get rid of the glue, and then I put a slice of washi tape on it because I didn't want anything to stick. But we're going to take our scallop box die here, and the half of it, and we're going to fold down those little lips. Now, if you've never assembled one, I am so sorry that I am just mucking all of this up. Lawn Fawn has a very comprehensive video on how to assemble it properly. I'm just kind of winging it as we go, because you know how I do. And with this box card die, you only need to fold down 3 of the sides, because that back side's going to stay popped up, or propped up. So I'm just going to glue on my little decorations. This is going to be the front of the card. As you can see, the flowers with the cute little bee mine. And then we're going to glue down some of the coordinating flower here, just so the outside matches the inside. We're going to add some glue, And we're going to pop that down and give it a good mash. And then we'll do the same for the other side as well. Sorry, this is a little bit off camera, but you get the idea. This is just decorating the outside. You can do all sorts of things with this as long as you can keep it flat and not add too much bulk, then you'll be able to do this. So you can see how I'm just folding that over, giving it a good crease. I'm going to fold over that little lip, and that's where we're going to put our score tape. So I'm just folding it over so that way you can see the outside or the inside, whatever it is. I think I've got this wrong. No, here we go. This is how we want to do it. I had it the wrong way. So you want to fold the side with the one pattern on the inside and then make sure that the pattern on the outside is the same as the other one on the outside. So here you can see I have my score tape, and I'm just going to mash that all down. I'm not sure if this is 1/8 of an inch or if it's a little bit bigger. It might be 1/8 of an inch score tape. So I'm going to line everybody up here on my grid mat and make sure I've got a nice little sticky there. And while I've got this open, I'm just going to cut out some flowers just to cover the bottom halves of the little posts here for my, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like a clothesline. Like you could totally put like little clothes or something. I think Lawn Fawn has one for baby clothing or something like that. I can't remember the name of the die set, but this would be a good little one to use as a clothesline. Yeah. So here you can see I'm gluing down a flower, and just to kind of hide that, I should have cut it down, but I didn't because I wasn't thinking as I was putting it together. I just wanted to show you the mess that I made trying to put it together, because overall I thought this card turned out pretty cute. At first I wasn't sure about it, and then when I really looked at it, it was kind of like, you know what, this isn't so bad. Do you ever have one of those? It's like you work hard and you work hard, you work hard on a card, and then when you're done, you're like, I don't know how I feel about it, and then you gotta wait for it to grow on you, and hopefully it, hopefully it does, kind of thing. I don't know. This was a little bit out of my element as it was very spring color and pastel and kind of girly, I guess, and I struggle with the ultra girly things. So I'm not ultra girly. Yeah. But these are those little insides there that we have, and we're going to put some tape along those tabs there, and we're going to make sure that everybody's burnished down so that way when I pull it up, you don't get any of the extra tape pulling off there. So once I'm satisfied with where I want it, I'll fold that piece over. You can see the mushroom tape there. That's where I put the glue down where I wasn't supposed to. So next we're going to do the same thing for this side, and we're going to line up where we need to be. Now if I would have thought about this a little bit more thoroughly, I would have brought these more to the center to kind of line them up a little bit better. I feel that I didn't line them up quite well, and I don't know if you guys have a tip for me, but whenever I do these types of cards, I can get it to fold perfectly one way, but when I fold it back the other way, it bows a little. And I found out that this bows a little when I do that and when I look down on it, and I couldn't figure out, and I think that's what really bothered me about this. So if you guys have any tips for me on how to properly keep these from bowing, I don't know, you'll see in a minute here what I mean, if you don't know what I mean. So we're going to peel off all of that extra tape there, and then that way we can fold this over and see I'm fiddling with it here. I'm not sure exactly what I did, but it's not laying right. So when you lay it one way, it lays fine, but when you lay it the other way, it wasn't laying properly, and I don't know how to quite master that, I guess. So you can see how it bows right there. I'm not sure what I did. I don't know if I didn't fold it properly or what, or maybe I've just got my alignment off. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue behind those two flowers. We're going to put some glue on the little porcupine's feet there, and we're going to mash them on, and then we're going to take these guys and add a little bit of glue to the bottom where their feet are, and we're going to mash them onto that middle one there. Careful not to bend the flowers too much. And then we're going to add this little guy in the front here, and we're going to add a little bit of glue to the back sides of those flowers and then to his feet, and then that way we can mash those two together and they're kind of holding on to each other. Now, I probably would have used a little bit of a thicker cardstock for the base of those flowers, but it is what it is. So next we are going to put the mushroom on the little stump here. And because I wanted to use the little guy too, I end up putting him on there as well, because once I got it together, it was kind of like I knew I wanted to put these guys in there, but maybe I could have used smaller images. I don't know. I mean, less is more, right? I probably could have gone with some less, but I don't know. And then I wanted to put a sign in here because Quill Be Mine just didn't make sense, and I almost forgot the sign, and had I been a smart person, I probably would have tried lining this up a little bit better, because that sign is over too far to the left, and I have a hard time opening and closing it, and that middle one just bothers me as it doesn't sit flat the other way, and this is where I'm just like, I think I've had enough. I think I'm done. The card is complete. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.